Hey guys, and welcome to another video where I will be doing a commission for one of my commissioners on DeviantArt, a website for artists which I started my career on. I rarely do commissions these days because of all of the commissions I need to do for my Patreon page followers, but I sometimes like taking random ideas and random commissions and just give myself a bit of a challenge. So this time I was commissioned to do creepily romantic scene featuring Warfstache. He's kind of how should I say it, an OC original character created by a famous YouTuber Markiplier. He's featured usually having different looks, but this time I was commissioned to do a Warfstache character with black eyes and pink irises, so that his overall look is a bit more scary, and that's just about the right kind of commission I like taking before Halloween time. So you guys can leave a comment about what you have decided to wear on Halloween. I would really love to hear that. As for the commission itself, my commissioner, who is presented on the left, actually has her hair split in two colors, pink and green, and I really love what she did with the color of her hair, and she requested that I draw her character that looks like her with a blindfold on, so that all of it looks more dramatic and, well, kind of creepily romantic, as I said before. And Warfstache himself, as I said, he has different kinds of looks. He's represented in different ways, but is always represented with one particular feature, and that is his pink mustache. His pink mustache is one thing that's always constant because Markiplier himself made this character to have this. But usually he has, I don't know, Markiplier's real hair or a pink strand of hair, and some people draw it with pink hair. So I got commissioned to actually draw him with a pink strand of hair in a striped pink suit. And I really love doing suits on male characters because I really love men in suits. It's some kind of a guilty pleasure for me personally. And it was a perfect opportunity for me to show you guys how I actually do some of the things for complex drawings like this ones. For example, notice how I almost never draw out details in pencil. I actually just set up where parts of a character are, and then I immediately proceed to draw out the details in fineliner automatically. That way I don't have to smudge anything by applying too much pencil or smudge everything with my palm, because the fineliner, and some of you are constantly asking why is a fineliner such a fancy tool, why is it so important. Well, it is important for you not to be afraid of your own drawing, to constantly have the risk of smudging it. So the sooner you learn how to use a fineliner, or you can even use some other things instead of a fineliner. You can use gel pen, roll pen, you can use ink and an ink brush or tool. It's just important that when you have manga lines on your drawings, those are rarely done in pencil, because if you're a beginner, you will smudge it and you will lose some important details. And you all saw a lot of details whenever you were reading manga or seeing anime or just looking at pictures of anime characters online. So that's why I always like to give people advice on how to use their fineliners the best. All of these details on clothing and the stripes I will be placing on the characters are not that complicated. For example, the girl is wearing this romantic dress with ribbons on it, and I have in my videos you can find actually a tutorial about these frills she has around her neck. They're not complicated at all. It's just a simple process, and it's all explained in my tutorial section on my channel. As for the Warfstache's suit, I will be placing thin lines, so I will reduce the amount of pressure I put on the fine liner, and I will use thinner lines to draw out details and lines on his suit. His suit is actually something really common, but when you add thinner lines, then those lines won't influence how we see the lines of the suit itself. It is really important to place the decorative lines in way thinner way, because if you make them thicker, then the eye will be confused, and people who see your drawing will not be able to see which part of these lines is the suit itself and which part is the decorative lines. So I really like how they managed to look so cute and yet so creepy, with Warfstache having his claw hands and them dancing, and her having a blindfold so she can't see who she's dancing with. I'm guessing this has some kind of a backstory I'm not familiar with, but for now even I was going "ah" at them while drawing. So yeah, my tools popped up into the screen. I usually take a photo of my tools for everybody to see what I'm using. And as I said before, some of the tools you use for drawing manga are pretty necessary. Some are not. For example, COPIC markers or any alcohol-based markers are not that important for beginners. You can use all of these techniques for drawing and painting by using just regular watercolors. The reason I'm using the COPIC markers is because my time is very limited, and markers actually save me a lot of time because I don't have to bring water everywhere I go. I just take out the marker and I start coloring. For watercolors you need water, so I can literally draw anywhere, whenever I'm going on a trip or I'm not home or near any kind of a water or glass of water that which I can use for painting. So as I was saying, these characters are quite dramatic, so I try to use a bit of a contrast on their entire drawing, but the main contrast I left for last, as you will see quite soon. I wanted him to be mostly, well, the commissioner wanted him to be mostly human, but with a lot of subtle monstrous features, like his ripped mouth and holes in his cheeks that are actually where you could see his black but glistening sharp teeth, and his scars, and his black eyes with pink irises in them. And claw hands are actually black, but I decided to use a bit of a softer color, really dark gray and 8 color, and try to make a gradient from the top of his fingers, top of his claws to the rest of his palms. As for his striped suit, you will notice that on places where the suit is changing shape, where the suit is being stretched, or for example his hips and elbows, the places where the suit is being changed, well, the body itself is changing the suit by bending around, I am using not straight lines for the lines on the suit, but I am just taking a straight line, and then I am making it into a zigzag on the spots on the body which change the suit, which bend the suit. I am using only 2 colors of pink in this drawing, and for the stripy suit I actually won't be using a darker pink. I will be using actually something to save up on Copics, and that is by using an N4 marker, which is just the perfect middle tone of gray, and you can literally use this tone to shade any other color, because markers themselves are really nicely blending together, especially alcohol-based ones. Just remember one important thing: never blend a darker color with a lighter color, because the lighter marker will definitely get dirtied up, and then the tip of the lighter marker will be mixed with another color, the darker color, and it will take you a lot of time to just clean that up. So when you want to do shadings, for example, of pink color, you need to draw out a surface with a pink color, then use the darker gray color. The gray marker tip won't be dirtied up by the pink because it's a darker color, but the pink would definitely go dark, and it would definitely get dirty. So be careful, unless you're doing gradients with gray colors, because when you have a darker gray and then blend it in with a lighter gray, that doesn't matter because they're both gray. They will eventually just even out, and that won't be a problem. So as you can see, N2 or N4 marker are perfect ones for just shading certain colors. You can literally shade any color. You can shade warm colors, cold colors, greens, yellows, blacks, reds. And if you want to have something like more of a natural look, you can always try shading with warm gray colors. Those are numbered with the letter W and then a number next to it. And I didn't want to have Warfstache's black shirt completely black, because I would then lose my lines. They would be sunken in a huge black area. No, I just wanted to use really dark gray to emphasize that his shirt is really dark. And of course, one of my favorite Copic and general colors is the W2 and 3. Those are the ones I am using right now to shade the girl's dress. And this type of romantic dress is just something based off of a romantic nightgown with frills. And I had to give her some soft white gloves, ladylike gloves, because I personally really like ladylike gloves. And second of all, I was commissioned to do a really romantic, innocent looking character, so gloves always help. You never saw a princess in a manga that didn't wear at least some kind of gloves or a muff or something like that to protect her innocent hands. And for the finishing touches, I decided to make gory looking dark gray splatters behind the characters. If I was doing actual splatter, I would definitely use and it would take me hours to use masking tape and cover the entire surface of these characters, and then splatter black color behind them with flicking a toothbrush or some sort of a thicker brush. So I would definitely need way more time for actual splatters, and that would be risky because when you do that technique, you have a high chance of actually getting the color going through the edges of the masking tape and messing your characters up. That's why I just decided to draw out the splatter and have this gory effect done by hand. And as you can see, it's just a huge squiggly surface with some smaller splatters around it and a few lines that look like the black color is going down behind them. And of course a little bit of white gel pen just to emphasize the places which are the nearest to the eye. I didn't want to have any white dots present in this drawing because it's more of a scary drawing than a romantic one. So I only emphasize the areas and places that are right up there nearest to the eye, and maybe even use the jelly pen to hide some mistakes where the color was going through the line or past the line I didn't want it to go through. And this creepy couple is done just in time for Halloween. And if you want to learn how to draw just like this, you can always support my work by purchasing my very own manga drawing book, Manga Crash course, which is published in English and French languages. Also, you can check out my Patreon page for a chance to win a monthly sketch commission to your doorstep. All the links are in the description. Thank you guys for watching and see you guys next time.